So PewDiePie recently got demonetized on YouTube for what can only be described as a humorous rendition of a Celine Dion song. I've got to say, PewDiePie, you're lucky you only got demonetized. I'm from Quebec. You make fun of Celine Dion here.
You can get cancelled.
Viva Frei, Montreal litigator turned YouTuber, and while this PewDiePie story is kind of funny, it can actually teach us something really important about copyright law, and it actually shows us some of the serious problems of copyright abuse on YouTube. Now, first things first, I don't know if I'm actually required to put a promotional tag on this video because I'm not sure if it qualifies as a paid promotional video, but I am going to use this story as a segue to discuss hooksounds.com, the website from which I get my royalty-free music, and I'm going to give you my promo code, so just in case I'm putting the warning on this video. With that said, let's get into the story of what happened to PewDiePie. And first of all, for those of you who may not know, PewDiePie is the single largest individual creator on YouTube. He has the second largest channel on YouTube, second only to T-Series. And if you did not know who PewDiePie was, but you know who I am, thank you very much. That's a
magnificent compliment, actually.
About a week ago, PewDiePie did a collab with another YouTuber named KSI where they did a meme review, and if you don't know what any of this means, just Google it. I can't go over all of this. They did a meme review, and at the end of that 30-minute video, KSI and PewDiePie performed what can only be described as a humorous rendition of Celine Dion's My Bart Will Go On.
What's your favorite song?
Celine Dion. My will go on. Also.
Wait. 3, 2, 1...
And why am I calling the song My Bart Will Go On when that is clearly not the name of the song? First of all, I love The Simpsons. Second of all, I'm going to explain in the context of this video. So PewDiePie using what appears to be a dollar store recorder or flute, and KSI using what appears to be a 10-foot French horn, perform My Bart Will Go On for about 20 seconds in what can only be described as something having no semblance to the original song whatsoever.
It's too similar, isn't it?
No semblance, but for the fact that both tunes had a whiny flute in it, and PewDiePie said that he was going to be doing a cover of that song, but as far as I am concerned, this is what I think of the semblance between the two songs.
Sounds like she's hitting a baby with a cat.
And what ended up happening? PewDiePie got that entire video claimed by the copyright holders of My Bart Will Go On, the entire 30-plus minute video claimed by the copyright holders because 20 to 30 seconds of it had what can never be described as an actual version of that song. From Insider, PewDiePie says he's losing all revenue from a 30-minute video because he played an unrecognizable Celine Dion cover. Despite their best efforts, the song was hardly recognizable, but that didn't stop a company from making a copyright claim over the video. And according to PewDiePie's Instagram stories, not only did they claim the video, but after he contested the video, YouTube confirmed the claim.
So I appealed it, obviously, because it's bullshit. Like, why? And they rejected it. Rejected it.
Over 10 million views on a 30-minute video potentially claimed because allegedly 20 seconds of that 30-minute video contained someone else's copyright. Now, the trained ear out there will notice that I said potentially claimed because, as we will see in a second, PewDiePie overlaid the allegedly infringing audio with copyright-free music at the end of the video. I don't know when he did it, but presumably as of the moment he did it, he gets full rights over the monetization of that video. But let's just take a moment to fully appreciate the monetary consequences of this situation. A video with 10 million views, if we're operating on the basis of $1,000 per million views, that's worth at least $10,000. If the CPM is better, it could be worth up to $30,000 to $50,000. Some copyright troll out there trying to claim anywhere between $10,000 and $50,000 of someone else's work on the basis of a totally abusive copyright claim, and YouTube sanctions that behavior, and by sanction I mean authorizes and not terminates, because sanction is one of those rare words that has both opposite meanings. But as we can see now from the video, presumably after his contestation was dismissed by YouTube, PewDiePie overlaid the allegedly infringing music with some generic music that he found on YouTube so he can claim monetization of the video.
3, 2, 1...
Problem solved, at least for now, and once certain damage was already done. Now, copyright trolling is nothing new on the platform. It's actually been a big problem for a while, but just to explain the procedure that typically has to be followed when there is an alleged copyright infringement. Copyright abuse, copyright infringement does happen on the platform. I'm not trying to pretend that it doesn't. I have been the victim of copyright infringement on this platform, but typically there's a procedure to be followed. If someone thinks that their copyright has been infringed, they notify YouTube, they can claim that video. The alleged copyright holder can claim the monetization from that video if the person who uploaded the video thinks that it is an abusive copyright claim, or they have authorization to use the video, they can contest or file a counter notification. If the alleged copyright holder wants to avail themselves of the provisions of the DMCA, which is the Digital Millennial Copyright Act, they can file a DMCA takedown notice, and if the person who receives the notice wants to contest it, they file a counter notice, and if the copyright holder wants to insist on their notice, they have to file a lawsuit claiming copyright infringement. If the uploader files a DMCA takedown counter notice and the alleged copyright holder does not file a lawsuit, YouTube has to re-upload or re-implement the video on YouTube within 14 days. By the way, obligatory caveat, nothing in this video constitutes legal advice. If you need any copyright legal advice, go see a copyright lawyer in your proper jurisdiction for tailored legal advice. So there is a procedure in law to follow, but the problem is that YouTube does not want to get held on the hook for copyright infringement, so they tend to always side with the person claiming copyright infringement and not the content creator. And therein lies the potential abuse. Now, once upon a time, copyright trolls could just claim copyright over a video and they would collect the monetization until the uploader had successfully countered that copyright claim. Now, from what I have seen and from what I understand, the money goes into escrow pending a resolution of the dispute, and whoever wins the dispute gets the money that was placed in escrow from the monetization of that video. That is, in the event that the uploader actually disputes it or contests it. Otherwise, the person claiming copyright just gets the monetization from that video and all the revenues therefrom. Hence, copyright trolling, in that they just go around making frivolous claims, and if they succeed 1 in every 10 frivolous claims, well, that is a darn good business. In the context of PewDiePie's copyright claim over the Celine Dion song, I don't know if it was the copyright holder who filed the claim or if it was YouTube's algorithm that picked up the video, but it's a known fact that YouTube has an algorithm to automatically detect potential copyright infringement to get it before they receive a complaint. But the automated system that YouTube implements is not only sound-based, it is also word-based. It's a little known fact that YouTube actually transcribes the audio of every video in order to detect copyright infringement as well. There can, in fact, be copyright infringement on a song even if you don't sing it. For example, if you read the lyrics from beginning to end, because the lyrics to a song are themselves also copyright protected. I have no doubt that both systems were at play in the context of flagging this particular video from PewDiePie, that is to say, looking for the music and looking for the lyrics, and I have no doubt that the alleged copyright holder themselves also have similar tools to scour the internet for alleged copyright infringement. Those are just the costs of doing business as a copyright troll, but I have no doubt that PewDiePie's video was flagged partially because it contained the audio or something sounding like the audio of that song, and also because it contained a part of the lyrics of that song, the title, "My Bart Will Go On." Now, very important fact of copyright law, titles cannot themselves be copyrighted, so saying the title to a song typically will not get a video flagged, but it depends on how hard the copyright trolls want to go after the creator. And that is why I am humorously referring to the song as "My Bart Will Go On," because although I know that titles themselves cannot be the subject of copyright protection, I'm trying to not have this video get flagged by the same copyright trolls. But if they come after me, prepare for a fight, because PewDiePie may be a YouTuber, I am a YouTube lawyer.
I'm a lawyer. I'm a lawyer! Don't get in my way!
These are the very real risks of using anybody else's content in your videos, no matter how small a portion you are using. Now, there are defenses to alleged copyright infringement. The most notable defense is fair use. But as I've said in previous vlogs, fair use is an affirmative defense. It is an affirmative defense to a lawsuit that has to be recognized by a judge. Until it is recognized by a judge, it is not actual fair use. It needs to be recognized as fair use by a judge in a court of law. So invoking fair use will not protect you from getting sued. It might just be a successful defense to that lawsuit, and the Copyright Act does in fact have fee-shifting provisions in the event of copyright abuse, but that is well down the line. Fair use is an affirmative defense. It will not prevent you from getting a claim, nor will it prevent you from getting sued. And although I would hardly qualify what PewDiePie and KSI did to Celine Dion's song as constituting a cover, there are nonetheless rules for covering songs. Covering a song is not fair use. You need to get a license if you want to cover someone else's song. You need to get a license to cover someone else's song unless the song is not subject to copyright, as in it is part of the public domain and therefore not protected by copyright. And terms that people often confuse are copyright-free and royalty-free music, and they are not the same thing. Copyright-free music means music that does not have copyright. It is not protected by copyright. Royalty-free music is still protected by copyright, but you just don't need to pay royalties to use it. You still need a license to use royalty-free music, but once you have procured that license through legitimate means, whatever that license is, you no longer have to pay royalties every time you use that music. Which is actually why I use hooksounds.com, and this feels like an absolute total plug, but they're not actually paying me. I just get an affiliate link for anybody who licenses music through them. But I have been using hooksounds.com for a while. It's my intro and my outro music. I have a license for both of those royalty-free pieces so that I can use them whenever I want and not have to pay royalties on a going-forward basis, but only because I'm using them with a proper license. Which I guess brings me to my plug. If you need good royalty-free music, go to Hook Sounds to get it. I actually love their music. I used them before they gave me a promo code affiliate link thing, which is in the comment section below, and it is promo Viva Frei 10. They have various plans, they have various subscriptions, they have annual subscriptions. Something to bear in mind, I have seen at least one video on the interwebs complaining about this. If you have an annual subscription, you are only good to use that music for stuff you upload during that year of your subscription. You can't upload stuff after your subscription ends because then you'd basically just be buying the music forever.
And that's all I have to say about Hook Sounds.
But getting back to how PewDiePie was done dirty by whoever allegedly holds the copyright over Celine Dion's My Bart Will Go On, PewDiePie, you got done dirty, and this is a lesson for everyone out there that you run the risk whenever you use anybody else's content, and YouTube typically is not going to side with the creator because they want to cover their own butts. And with that said, if you like my videos and you like my content, please be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and drop a comment in the comment section below because it feeds the algorithm.
Feed me, Seymour.
If you want to support the channel, all of these support links are in the pinned comment. We've got PayPal, Patreon, Subscribestar, YouTube membership. Robert Barnes and I, we do weekly live streams. We also have a locals page. It is called vivabarneslaw.locals.com. But more important than any of that, take care of yourselves, check in on friends and family, make sure everyone around you is doing well, especially during this holiday season. It is going to be a lot more stressful and a lot lonelier than it should be for a lot of people, but it is what it is and there's nothing we can do about it.
We live at the mercy of government.
Darn it, I didn't want to get political in this video. All right, now you know your vlog. Peace out.